Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the first video on my channel, and this channel will be dedicated to communication, tips and tricks for everyday life. So basically rhetoric, argumentation, verbal communication, nonverbal communication, some maybe other psychological tips and tricks. Basically everything that will help you to communicate effectively and achieve your goals. And I wanted to make this first video, and in this first video I decided to answer, why even bother studying communication? I mean, there are lots of other things that you can learn. Just open the internet. Get rich quick schemes are just simply everywhere nowadays. Like, look at this guy.
This video right here has over 76 million views. This channel makes over $1 million a year. I'm going to show you how to do this in less than 5 minutes.
He tells us that we can make millions of dollars simply by uploading raining sounds on the internet. Yeah, why not? Sounds like a good idea. I mean, you just record raining sounds, upload it on the internet, you're a millionaire. Sounds very easy. There's definitely no catch there, right? Alright, jokes aside. Here are 3 reasons why, in my opinion, communication is the most important skill in the 21st century. The reason number 1. So let me tell you how I got on this path and how I started learning communication. I remember this date precisely. It was 10th of October, 2010. It was my first date. Back then, I was in the 9th grade, and there was a girl that I really liked, and I just decided to ask her on a first date. I haven't been on a date before, so I was actually pretty nervous. And you know what? Everything that could have went wrong, went wrong. I remember I was very nervous. I didn't really know what to talk about with her. And all the time I was asking her, hey, do you like what's going on here? Hey, do you like our date? You know, so it was very cringe. No wonder why, after the date was over, she decided not to talk to me ever again. But I remember I was something around 15 and 16, right? And I really had a crush on her. And because she rejected me, I felt very bad. I was texting her all the time, like, hey, no, please give me another chance, and things like that, but it didn't really work. And then somehow I just stumbled on the internet on some sort of a course about how to go on first dates or something. So this was some sort of a pickup thing, okay? But I didn't even know that this was a pickup, right? It was just like, I really had this problem that I got rejected because of the girl, and I had really hard time of that. So I was just searching for some information, and I stumbled upon the course. And I remember back in those days, I decided to skip school. So instead of sitting in the class, I was sitting in McDonald's with my iPad and watching these training videos. And it was some sort of a 2-day seminar where the guy was talking about how to go on a date, what to talk to girls, and, you know, things like that. And I was like, oh, all right, that's interesting, cool. Let's apply those things. So I learned a thing or two, implemented those ideas, and my dates stopped being cringe. So basically, by learning communication, I improved my dating life. And if we think about it, this is just one case. We use communication all the time in order to achieve our goals. For instance, in my case, it was relationship. I didn't know how to go on the dates. I learned communication on dating, and I improved my dating skills. However, there are also lots of other areas where we communicate with people and we're trying to achieve our goals. For instance, it could be selling. When I started my business, I didn't really know how to close clients, right? People were asking me some questions, but I didn't really know, like, you know, how to talk to them so they will eventually buy. I learned selling communication, and I started closing deals. I started making more money. It can be even making videos. Think about it. Making content is also communication. You're talking to your viewers. Yes, you cannot see them, but in the end of the day, there are some people who are watching your videos. So before learning this type of communication, you didn't really know how to talk to the camera, how to talk to people, how, you know, your videos basically were awful. Once you learned that, your videos became better. We all communicate with different people every single day. And in all of those interactions, we have some sort of a communication goals. And learning communication increases your chances of achieving this communication goal. So for instance, if you don't know how to go on dates, then if you go on 100 dates, maybe 2 will be successful. If you learned how to act on a date and how to talk to opposite sex, then after that, maybe successful dates will be 19. The same thing with selling. If you're calling someone and you don't know how to sell, then maybe your success chance will be 2%. If you know how to do that, then the success chance will increase maybe to 37%. Learning communication is like sharpening your knife, and it increases chances of winning, increases chances of succeeding in your communication goals. But that's not all. Another reason why learning communication is so effective is because communication is a liquid knowledge. So let me explain. We have 2 types of knowledge. Solid knowledge and liquid knowledge. Solid knowledge is the type of knowledge that can be implemented in one specific area. For instance, specifically, it can be something like coding. If you know this specific coding language, you're good at this language, but you cannot implement those skills in other areas of your life. When we're talking about liquid knowledge is the type of knowledge that can be applied in different areas of your life. For instance, it can be productivity. If you learn how to be productive, you can be productive at work, productive at learning, and maybe even spend your free time productively. The same thing with self-motivation. If you learn how to motivate yourself, you can motivate yourself at work, at learning, and also at other areas of your life. And communication is also a liquid knowledge. Yes, of course, communication is different from situation to situation, but at the same time, it's pretty much the same. So for instance, before, if you didn't really know how to express your thoughts, you learn how to express your thoughts and you can use it in any interaction with people. The same thing with nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is using your hand gestures, tonality in your voice, whatever. You can use this to be more persuasive. And if you learn that, you can be more persuasive, again, at dating, at selling, at work, at managing your team, in all of the other areas and situations. The same thing with active listening, because communication is not only what you're saying, but also what you're listening, what other people tell you. So if you learn this active listening skill will help you tremendously in all areas of your life. So by improving your communication skills, you're improving not only one area of your life, but all of the areas of your life right away. Because all of this knowledge can be applied in lots of areas and lots of situations. And the last reason why learning communication is a very viable skill is because communication is not going away. We live right now in the crazy world, right? And we all know the reason for that. AI. Industries get reshaped. Old skills become obsolete, which is, in my opinion, it's very, very sad. But anyway, it is what it is, and it's not going away. It will be more and more changes, and we need to adapt. And it becomes very hard into deciding what to learn, because you can learn this skill or that skill, but maybe those skills will become obsolete in 5 years. But what will not be obsolete is the ability to communicate with people. Well, of course, there's some sort of situations where you can automate your tasks to AI. I mean, if you're, writing some sort of an email to the colleague that you hate. But if you're talking about real communication, building real connection with people, those things will never go away. And yes, tools can change. I mean, before we were communicating through letters, now we're communicating through telephones. Maybe in the future we will be communicating in virtual reality, but at the same time, it still will be the same thing. Yes, mediums will be different, but humans will not change. Because that's human psychology. People will be reacting to the same stuff all the time. So if you decide to spend your time into learning communication, you can be 100% sure that those skills will stay with you till the rest of your days. And they will not be obsolete in 5 years or even in 10 years. So to summarize, why communication is the most important skill to learn in the 21st century. Number 1, it will increase your chances of achieving goals. It can be finding significant other, finding friends, or maybe even closing the deals. Number 2, communication is liquid knowledge. So by learning communication, you will not improve only one area of your life, but all of the areas of your life simultaneously. And the third reason that communication is not going away. It's not going to be replaced by AI, and by learning communication now, you can be 100% sure that those skills will stay with you forever. And this is it for today. I hope I convinced you enough, and I'll see you in the next video.